go. I got to lean in.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another review and recap for the Housewives of Potomac. I'm here with Danny to talk about this part 3. The others will be joining, we're going to say throughout the night, because, we're on a little earlier than usual. But, as I've been saying for the last, month or so, I've been working, has been picking up, and it's been beating my ass. So I work day, and I have to get here, and I have to get back on shortly after this. So I'm typically rushing from here to back to work. So nonetheless, we started a little early than usual, but we're here as promised. Danny, how are you doing today?
I am feeling great. Work kicked my ass today, but
I'm like Marla. I'm just so tired. Child is really tired.
But I made it. Dear God, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm glad Potomac is over.
Yeah, it's been the season was kind of
it was not
a doozy, but the reunion made up for it. I think next season they have a lot to work with, and I think next season will be better.
They do, because now I saw a video today where Jazzy said she is single. Her and Greg are just friends. She's just gonna let her hair down next season.
Wait, Kiana or Jazzy?
Kiana, I'm sorry, Kiana.
I was like, what?
Kiana.
I saw that video. But I'm like, wait, Jazzy, what did she just say?
I meant to say
ring shopping. Don't have me.
I meant to say Kay, yeah, and I'm excited for that. Like, I would like to see Kay on the season where she don't have to worry about what that man thinks.
I'm
gonna give her a chance.
I'm gonna give her a chance, but that's if it's all about if Bravo gonna give her a chance. Because they brought her on the show, they filmed with her, and they gave her a flute while knowing that he didn't want to be on camera. So it ain't like that he hindered her from filming. And I get, she couldn't be her true self, but she was around the ladies, and I feel like who we saw is who she is. I'm not saying she's dull and boring, but I'm saying that, I don't know if she has any more to offer. And I don't think all is to blame on Greg either. That's just my opinion.
Well, at the reunion, I saw she was a little more mouthy than she has been all season, like smart comments jabbing in. So I'm interested to see if she does that more.
But the thing about Kay is that I feel like she's been like that all season. I feel like she has, found moments she's always said what she wanted to say. And I feel like it was easy for her to chime in at the reunion because all things were targeted at Stacy and or Karen. And mind you, for Karen, she was quite quiet.
That's true, but what I will say is they brought back worse for longer.
No, I agree. I don't mind her coming back, but I'm just saying if production were to say she ain't coming back, then I don't.
You can't really be mad at that.
I don't think Greg had anything to do with it. Just because
you can't be mad at production say she didn't come back. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I always say 2 seasons. Give him 2 seasons. Let's see. But I just think I'm glad that she's out of that man's life. But I don't know if he's the hindrance, in my opinion. That's just me. We have Antonio here too. Antonio, fresh out of work. Okay. Actually, y'all know I'm actually still at work right now.
That's why Antonio the highest paid. He got jobs on jobs, baby.
Oh, child. The lean ain't paying nobody no damn money, okay? Lean ain't giving us shit.
I wish.
Antonio, how you doing today? I like that shirt.
Thank you so much. I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
This guy do like your blouse. That's nice.
Not the blouse. I'm weak. I missed you. I was thinking like just a couple days ago. I was like a year ago. We were literally at the cabin at this time. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Antonio. I didn't mean to call it a blouse. I'm just living up to being the shadiest.
It's a blouse.
No, it's fine. I'm okay with it.
No, it's a blouse.
Oh Lord.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, Dream and Asia will be joining us shortly or at some point throughout the night. We want to go ahead and get started so we can get in and get out. Of course, want to make sure we get anybody that wants to call in too, because today is the final show for the season. And it'll be quite a bit of time for the season comes back next week. Atlanta starts. I see they're ramping up their promo. The lean will not be reviewing Atlanta. If you're going to be watching, I would suggest you watch it at No Chaser TV, which is our very own Chase's channel. If for any reason we decide to review the show or do something like that, we'll let you guys know. If you subscribe, you'll find out. But with that being said, hey Asia.
Hey y'all.
Not Asia said bricks, all white bricks. Not white bricks, shout out. That's something else. How you doing, Asia? Before we get started, how you doing? It's been a minute.
Gucci, I'm good. How you doing?
We doing good.
Asia, it look like that background like you standing outside Karen prison.
It do look like
I am. I'm reporting live.
They didn't took
Karen and Luigi. I got them both. I got updates for both.
We didn't talk about it, obviously, but Karen is gone. She is on in
She's in Sing Sing.
She is down in Sing Sing. So wherever she's at, allegedly. All right, y'all, let's get started. So last week, we left with Mia storming off the stage because basically Giselle said that no mother would, do what she did, bring her kids and have this whole thing about the paternity question and things like that. So she storms out. And so we come back with Wendy, who just got a message from Eddie, who's in the back. Last week we saw Eddie and Greg on the phone on FaceTime with TJ, basically disclosing some, very vital tea. And so, Wendy, she's reading the message. She's like, oh my God. So they sit down. We find out that Mia is still at the back, and I guess she's leaving. I was laughing so hard when she was trying to like walk around the room, and he was trying to like take the dress off. He was just scooting around the room. I would have said, look, girl, you got it in. Since you want to keep moving, you got it. But they're gonna be no Pt.3. So I mean, although they're there, I guess the men really didn't have any true storylines this season. I guess the only person that may have been in my opinion to come to the reunion would have been Ink and freaking what's his name? Gordon, because everybody else was just kind of there. TJ too, they say he was invited, but I feel like they pulled the plug on the men when TJ when she said coming. Right. I think that was probably like, never mind, won't need him because Eddie was dressed. They both were dressed, so I guess they just scratched the whole thing. Whatever. I wouldn't want to see Greg no way, and so we still got to see Eddie. But anyway, before we get to that, we found out that Stacy did not want TJ to come, and she says that they are no longer together. So Wendy pulls out, she kind of takes the floor and speaks on what Eddie told her and said that TJ told them, as in Eddie and Greg, that she basically was paying him to be her love interest, and that she did not want him to come, but she needs to pay him his money and pay him his damn money or some of his money, or ain't paid some. We don't know, right? So then Stacy is just like, I don't believe that, and so everyone's confused. Like, do you not believe what Eddie is saying, or you do not believe what TJ? It's basically she was saying she don't believe that he said that. In other words, basically saying that Eddie, she didn't believe what Eddie was saying. And so, of course, Andy's like, wait, can you give me the footage? They want the footage, but they can't get the footage because the camera is still filming Mia, who's trying to get out her damn dress. So we don't get the footage immediately. And so, she ends up leaving. And it's crazy. One thing she says before she leaves is that I won't put myself in a position for anyone to question my motherhood. I'm like, sweetie, you already did. Like, you started it last year and you continued it this year. So you put yourself in a situation and now it's just what it is. Sorry, go ahead and take your dress off, take your baby boo hair off and get on out of here because you did it to yourself. Hey, Dream. Okay, Dream back here. She leaned all back.
Oh, my bad. I was
looking like lovable Lisa.
I thought she was Lisa, child.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Lisa. Hey.
You said what?
That was shady.
All of it was.
No, because Lisa be chilling. So you was chilling.
Well, Dream got to get closer. Dream got to get closer to the camera.
How you doing, Dream?
I'm doing really good. How are y'all? Hey, Daddy.
We doing good. I wanted to bring you in while I went through the thing, so I know you was listening too. So anyway, at this point, they kind of start poking at Stacy and basically saying that she's lying, and Andy's like, well, man, we have the footage, like they have it in the back, but they can't give it to us right now. And so then Eddie comes out, and he basically says he reiterates what was said, that TJ said he was not invited by Stacy. He is never coming back to DC. It's that he pays him. So then it becomes a whole thing of, was he paying her to be at the reunion, or was it to be on the show? It's a whole mess. We ended all by basically saying that it seems like she owes him some kind of money. And Eddie does confirm and say that he did say that she paid him to be on the show, whereas at one point he kind of wasn't. It was kind of confusing, I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like, why not just say that before? I don't know. Anyway, Wendy wants her to call TJ, and she's like, no, I don't owe him anything. And she goes in this whole thing by saying that, listen, if you don't, call or do something to prove that, or I guess vindicate yourself, then in the future we're not gonna trust you no more. And so she's just like, well, girl, I guess y'all ain't gonna trust me. I don't care. So to close this part out, I pass the floor to you all. Andy basically says that Mia is gone, and they kind of cue up the tape of what TJ is saying. So I'll stop there, and I'll start with you, Danny. Thoughts on all of this?
So Mia talking about she's not gonna have her motherhood question, like you said. You said last season, but I think it's been questioned since her first appearance on the show. A horrible person, a liar. She gave us a bunch at one time for the beginning, and she hasn't took her foot off the gas since. And I'm glad she kept that big foot on the gas and exited the reunion, because I was done with her. I will say this Stacy and TJ thing, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just lay it out there. I don't believe Stacy did that. I do not believe she paid her. What it is crazy to me is her not believing that he would say that. That man has showed you he's an asshole on camera. That man, y'all broke up. All these other things. So it's crazy to me. Now I will say I wouldn't have called him either if I was her, because if he's obvious, if you know that he's lying, calling him and him confirm and him, he's not going to change the story. He's going to say the same thing on camera. So why give him that airtime? I wouldn't have called him either. Just being honest. And that's all. And I'm glad nobody chased Mia. I'm glad they didn't try to get her to stay. And that's all I got for this first part.
Dream.
So let me think. Sorry. As far as Stacy and TJ, I don't think that she paid him, but I do feel like it was fake. I do feel like it was orchestrated for him to go on with her and to show her a certain type of love, to present himself in a certain way as regards to like being her love interest. I do believe that, because from what I saw on camera, it just didn't look like he was interested in her in any way. So there had to be some type of conversation ahead of time for him to be there acting. He's not a good actor, clearly, because I saw straight through it. But as far as Mia, I'm really happy that Mia left, and I hate that I love Giselle antagonizing her. I live for it. And Giselle calling her a bad mother to her face, I was here for it, because from what I've seen on camera, you don't put your children in that type of situation to deserve that type of backlash. You are being a bad mother. You're supposed to protect your child, and you didn't. So I was on Giselle's side.
Okay. Antonio?
Yeah, I agree with both with what they said about Mia. She got up and galloped up out of there, and in that moment, that was I guess the best thing for her to do. I agree. Also with Stacy and TJ, I won't believe that she paid him. He's gonna have to produce some receipts. So unless she was giving him, cash money, then it got to be some type of a bank statement, a Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, some type of statement to where she's paid him. Then I'll believe it. But otherwise, I just don't believe that. Do I believe they overhyped their situationship? Because I won't even call it a relationship. Their situationship for the cameras to benefit them both. Yes, I absolutely do. And yeah, him and her were given homeboy and homegirl the whole time they were on the show, in any scene together. Even on Watch What Happens Live, when he had on his sheer blouse, it still was given homeboy and homegirl. So yeah.
Asia?
I'm so glad that Giselle gathered her about her seat and off that show. I'm so happy, because Mia didn't need to be there. She never belonged on our TV screens via Bravo. If we're being honest, so I'm so glad Giselle packed Mia on up. As Jasmine would say, who the hell does Giselle think she is? That's who Giselle is. Like, I'm happy. Mia's just, I don't want to sit here and call her a bad mother, but overall, I don't think she is a good person. She doesn't come off genuine at all, and we've seen that from the beginning of the show. So I know that because Karen isn't coming back, it's a possibility that Mia will be back. But my hopes and my prayers are we just continue without Mia and Karen, both liars. In terms of the Stacy TJ, now I really do feel like she should have contacted him because she kept saying, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Talking about Eddie. However, after they showed her the footages, she still said, I don't believe it. So what are you not believing? I don't believe it. She didn't explain herself well. She probably didn't pay him, but she knows that their relationship was never real. Like it wasn't a real thing. And so that's why she was stuttering or caught off guard. And I would not have called him, but what I would have done, I would have that camera pan to my phone and start texting him like, you over here telling Eddie and you telling Eddie that I'm paying you. Like, why are you doing that? Like, I wouldn't have given him the airtime, but I would have communicated with him right then and there. Like, what's up?
He was just going to text back a lie. The lie continued to lie.
Kinda, but at least then we can see that there was some attempt to be like, what you lying for? Like something. Because her sitting there with no part in her wig and that red stained lip stain and just the mouth looking crooked. It just didn't look good. And her stuttering, she just looked like she lying. She's lying about something.
That I can agree to that. I do think that if she was paying him, she must have been late from day one because he didn't act like he liked her one time this whole season.
She ain't paying him enough.
That's what Sammy said. What package did she get? Because the package she got must have been the Act Right package.
The monies must have been very low.
That.
Yeah,
I do think that
he even tried to fake like he cared about the situation, like in the middle of the season, like, oh, you don't spend time with me outside or something. Like that even seemed forced.
With him being an actor, I don't think she paid him, but it could have been a mutual. Come on, you get a camera time for doing this.
It was a mutual agreement.
Something like I believe that, but I don't believe she paid him. I believe the airtime was his pay.
I did side eye her though when she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna contact him with my lawyer." It's like, girl, ain't even.
But if TJ,
let me get to that part real quick. Hold on, because I want to ask you because I stopped right there, but basically I'll continue and we can give like last thoughts on this because this is where they do, show the video and he says, "Give me my money" or whatever, and so So the crazy part about all of this is that the moment they show the video, now mind you, earlier Jacqueline sitting over there with her pregnant belly, she was just like trying to give her some grace, but when the video came out. She jumped right to Mia's defense and was just like, so you were calling Mia a liar? I'm like, she still is a damn liar. Like, hello. This doesn't vindicate Mia in any kind of way. She's a damn liar. Like, stop it. But I get what she's trying to say. And so, Stacy says that she's hurt, that she is shocked. And she questions his faith and his faith to God and things like that. And I was laughing at this scene because this is where Giselle and Ashley was like, you think it was CashApp? Was it Venmo, Zelle? And I'm behind the screen like, I hope it was Zelle, girl, because that's direct money. So then they talk about, they're like, okay, well, at this point, he said it. So do you think that, are you sure? Because what if he brings up, receipts or bank statements or anything like that? She says there's none of that or whatever. And then after that, Kiana calls bullshit. She basically says, I don't believe any of that. And so Stacy, it sounds like I thought she was gonna say like, well, y'all said he wasn't good for me, and now he's showing y'all, but then it didn't really go there, and I was confused on what she was trying to say. To be honest, it didn't really help her. And so Andy says again to call, and she's like, no, I'll call, but I'll call my attorney. And so before I pass it to y'all, quick thoughts for me is that honestly, I didn't like this whole segment. I don't think she needed to call him. I don't think that would have served any kind of purpose. If someone is lying, they're gonna lie regardless. And so it would be worse had she called on speaker and he started saying all type of crazy stuff. You know, that's just like I wouldn't do that either. I don't care how much it would vindicate me in any kind of way. I just wouldn't do that because if a room of people don't believe you, they're not gonna believe you either. They didn't believe her to begin with. It didn't matter what she gave. And I also didn't like, personally, I'll say this. I didn't like Wendy's approach with this because whereas it wasn't coming off as like a friend or help you, it was coming off like a bit of like mean girlish. I didn't really like this segment. Um, I expect that from Giselle, but now seeing this personally, I'm not really feeling Wendy's vibe and what she's putting down. And I think it became more apparent to me in this scene right here. Cause it just seemed like she was just at Stacy, at Stacy, at Stacy, when I don't really know if Stacy's done anything to warrant that, in my opinion, other than give her a heads up about a person that she realized wasn't a good friend for her. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like, you know how you think you're somebody your friend, but they're really not. They're a little fake. I don't know. That's just me. But yeah. So any thoughts on this last little piece right here regarding the reveal of the audio? I'm sorry, the video, and just how she tried to basically say that no receipts, and she'll be, I guess, possibly suing them. Maybe, I guess, I don't know.
Well, I'm with you. I think Wendy did go a bit too far.
Mhm.
But if I was Wendy, I would still have smoke for Stacy. You only told me this woman talked about me because y'all fell out. Otherwise, you was being two-faced this whole time around me. So I still have smoke for you. I don't trust you either.
Well, yeah.
So I'm always have smoke for you. I think Wendy was going in so hard because Stacy was calling Eddie a liar, saying she didn't believe that TJ said that. I think
But
that
the
also.
thing with Eddie is, I'll say too, is like I get it, but it's like Eddie kind of put himself in a situation by telling Wendy, so he has the information. So if I don't believe you, I ain't necessarily call you a liar. But if I don't believe that, I don't believe you. So it's not like I'm called. He put himself in a situation to be called a liar. That's my
Only
take.
thing is, if I was Wendy, I would say, don't be too offended. She didn't believe Andy in production either.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think she just chose not. If she wanted to be, fucking obtuse about it, then that's her. But I feel like she kind of brought Eddie into it and then tried to say, my husband's not a liar. It's like he kind of put himself out there when he told you the tea. You brought it up that he was the bone carrier. I mean, he was the person.
Shout out to him for that.
Yeah, so I mean,
and he got the first chair because of it.
I know. Listen. Eddie look good now. I ain't gonna lie, he did look good out there.
He earned it. I think that this was Stacy's well-deserved lashings. Like I mean, at the end of the day, TJ said it. They brought it to the show. If Ashley can bring rumors about her husband from a blog to the show, if somebody else can just bring up anything, they can bring up something that actually factually happened on camera, period, point blank. You don't have to believe it. It happened. And Wendy has been like not the nicest person. So whatever. Like, not shocking. It's nice.
I'm shocked by that now. Now I'm like, ooh. Like, I mean, I think she feels cool. I still like her. But I'm like, I think she kind of was like, dipping, dabbling in some things that I felt in the past.
Stacy got her anger for Karen.
Huh?
Stacy got that anger that Wendy got for Karen right now. Stacy just got the
back. It just seemed like, I don't know. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Like, she's really going in on this. Interesting. Okay.
She came in and said she doesn't have to protect not a soul this season. I feel like Wendy pretty much said that from the beginning of the season because she didn't have to protect Candace. Candace not there. She don't got to fight Nneka. Nneka not there. So Wendy is actually showing who she truly is to me for the first time. Like, in full. Awesome.
All right. And yeah, I mean, I have other thoughts on this whole thing, but I'm gonna wait till next season just because, like, I've actually been around a lot of these individuals at different films and stuff like that, and so it's like, and that's just my take on it. I'll leave it at that.
No, I want to hear. I'm sorry. I know you got it.
Yeah, we'll see. So any final thoughts on this, Dream, Danny, Antonio, Asia? If I move on.
The best thing from this scene was when Jacqueline did try to, sit her musty tail up and say, oh, you talking about Mia, but you're a liar too. And Giselle chimed in and said, no, Mia's still a liar. Stacy's just a liar also. I thought that was funny. Yeah. Giselle's ad-libs were, she did a good job with that, this reunion. I think with also them bringing it up, it is, I won't say it's odd, but it's surprising to me that they were able to have a 3-part entertaining, reunion, and the season was very lackluster. So kudos to them. So I think in this moment they were just doing, including Wendy, what they felt like they needed to do to try and make the reunion as entertaining as possible.
Okay, I'll take that. All right, so then we get to the whole spiel on Karen's verdict, and that she, basically her whole thing with rehab and whatnot. And they talk about, just because at this moment they know that she has been found guilty, but I think she fired her lawyer or something like that to have the sentencing date move further out at this moment. But this is, she was in rehab. So they talk about the whole thing with Jacqueline and how Jacqueline was at it with Karen the whole season. More so specifically the situation where Jacqueline said that she talked to Karen and she sounded like she was drunk. So Jacqueline honestly kind of backpedals a little bit and was like, I wasn't saying it to be malicious. And I'm like, girl, you know what she was doing by saying that. And so, that's what she says. But Giselle comes to Karen's defense by saying, well, she was at you because she didn't want anything on the show to hinder her in the case. That's what Giselle says, right? And it's kind of interesting because Giselle be supporting Karen, but she also be reading Karen, like almost in the same setting. I guess, I think at least she's consistent, I will say. So then they talk about how Karen said that she was possibly going to sue Jacqueline or whatever, blah, 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 about, the whole thing with her making all those allegations. And then this is where Jacqueline throws her shade and says, well, honey, she ain't got no money. Then all the legal issues she's dealing with. I'm like, Jacqueline, you ain't got no money either, girl. So please stop.
Dress on.
Kiana said that's a reach.
Like, stop. I don't think you should be talking about anybody. You ain't got no damn bonus or even a flute. So then they talk about why she took this to trial. And, they talk about how the footage that was shown was asked to be suppressed. And basically the footage was well known before. So why would she not take other deals or whatever was offered to her before going to court? Because ultimately it seems like if those deals that was presented to her were actually true, she would have been better off doing those. Honestly, I don't know why she didn't do that, because now it's like worse. It went from worse to worse-er, as my homegirl said.
And now she's at the worst is.
You see, right? It's like the worst. So I don't know why, but whatever. That's if it's true. So then they talk about, how obviously she made the comment about Ashley and Michael going to jail, whole clanky clank. And Ashley used this moment to say that, she was on the train. Yeah, first of all, she was on a train. She had no plane to get up there to New York. That was interesting. Y'all didn't catch that?
No, I did.
I was like, why she went from under the bridge to now on a train. I don't understand.
She don't like flying.
She don't have no money, y'all. Stop. We know this. Stop. Let's not go down that path. We know she don't got no money. And it's
so she meets this person and she has to explain to him that she's on Real Housewives of Potomac. She shows him a picture and apparently he says, oh, wait, I don't know you, but I know this girl, this lady. She comes to my bar and drinks all the time. And so, she tells that. And yeah, but she also says that she heard that I'm sorry, that's the wrong part. Says that basically a journalist as well said that there was someone else in the car. So then they show that footage. And I hate watching that footage because that lady was so gone. Like, that is just so sad. It ain't sad because it's like,
it's not
good
sad.
God, like to see somebody that gone and drunk. Like, you know how you watch your drunk videos, you'd be like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like this is horrible.
I don't have those.
They're funny. Drunk. There's nothing wrong with drunk videos.
Dream, I have a video
if it's not right behind you getting out of a car.
You said what, Asia?
There's nothing wrong with drunk videos. If it like people get drunk and sloppy drunk and all the other stuff, they just don't get behind the wheel.
They don't get pulled over. You shouldn't be getting pulled over or driving. You should be driving. That's the start.
I literally think watching some people be safely drunk and hammered and having a good time is hilarious.
I hate seeing drunk people when I'm sober. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Annoying.
Because you know what you look like you drunk now. Because now you know what you look like when you
Because
drunk.
now I'm like, is this what I be looking like? Is my God.
Yes, yes.
Oh, now everybody saying yes.
But yeah, in the footage, Karen kind of slurs her thing and talks about some security, somebody maybe possibly getting out the car or something like that, or did a good. I don't know. It's kind of slurred. I really can understand. But there is like obviously no proof about. She said that she was with her friends, but none of her friends came forth to testify, even seeing her. So it's like, what the hell was Karen doing at this point? Like, we don't even know. I wish I could have been, summoned for jury duty in this damn case, because I would have loved to see what the hell was said up in there. I'm just saying. Any thoughts on any of this? Karen's, her verdict, the rehab, whether she took the plea or not, Jacqueline, and then the information that Ashley shared about the the journalist saying that someone was possibly in the car with her and fled.
I really don't have much to say about this besides she should have just took the deal.
Yeah.
And what is it? Is being self-right? Is it? I don't know if it's being self-righteous or being prideful or whatever it was. When you let stuff just go to your head, or you act like you're bigger than something else. But that was the biggest thing at play here. When it came down to it, and my freedom, I don't have a big enough ego for my freedom. Like, yep, you right, Mr. Officer. That's it. Clankety clank me to the ankle for the 6 months. I would have bedazzled my ankle bracelet, like Giselle said, and called it a day. Y'all can come to my house and film, and I would sit there, have a remote, whatever.
Asia, you're 100% correct. I would have said I'm guilty and then got on camera saying, "Child, I said that because it was stacked. The odds were stacked against me. It was a smart thing to, you could have spun that so many different ways. I just don't understand how she thought she was going to beat a trial with that footage.
With 4 DUIs.
4 DUIs.
I mean, Jesus.
Let's take a moment to stop and just, when I heard that, I thought, 1 DUI is bad, right? Some folks don't get out of that. 2 is like, okay, that's really bad. 4.
Ray probably the one told her to fight it so he can get a break.
4, and you tried to fight that? I'm sorry. That honestly, I love Karen, but clearly she lacks a lot of things, accountability. And come on now. You couldn't have thought
you can take a plea.
I knew she was gonna lose as soon as I seen her lawyer.
Yeah. She also could have took an
What the lawyer look like, Dream?
Hold on.
What he was doing.
What's his name? I need to Google him. What's her lawyer name?
I don't even remember.
Something Bolden.
Wait, the new one or the old one?
The old one is Bolden something.
I never saw. I don't know. I know we saw him on the show. I don't know if we saw the new lawyer.
But I'm not a lawyer, but her lawyer could have told her to take an Alfred plea where it said you're not admitting guilt. She could have took 2 months. You're not admitting guilt, but you're just doing it because you think it's in your best interest. Like, she should have took one of them pleas.
Baby, she should have just took that 6 months. Like, and they not even saying you can't ever drink no more. Just call you call you an Uber.
Right. You got the money.
I hope she never get her license again. I ain't gonna lie.
Baby, I don't think she gonna. I don't know.
She already will. The 4th DUI, they might take her license, and if they don't, she gonna have one of them things in her car where she got to blow in.
They need to assign her. They need to.
I know somebody had one.
They need to assign her a breathalyzer that she need to show it to buy a drink. If you already had too many, you can't buy no more alcohol. Something.
Just drinking and driving is dangerous at the end of the day, and she's been caught being dangerous 4 times. That's
just crazy to me. And how did we not know? I mean, I don't know Karen, but how we know she had 4? I just really thought it was 2.
Yeah,
I thought this was her second one as well. I think the whole cast thought this was only.
No, I thought it was like her 3rd, because I remember even from like a few seasons ago, like earlier seasons, they were talking about that's how she ended up with the, with the driver and everything. So I thought they never threw out a number, but.
I'm sorry, but
I could have sworn Karen said they were lying. Karen's a good liar. Karen be lying so good.
Really
that's what her lawyer should have did.
Baby, we got
real liars of
4
Potomac
homes.
is what they show
and
you.
if it was her second DUI, would have still been too much. I do want to say this about the train. It's common for like.
No. I agree. I'm not knocking the train, but why
she ain't that recognizable? She just put on her hat. Like, ain't nobody gonna stop the train because she on it. And
I understand the train. It's nothing because I used to take the megabus. So listen, megabus from DC to New York, right? But I mean, girl, like, what's the little flights in New York? You check in,
go there to the airport. You'd be faster.
Absolutely I just not. Don't think that. She riding in coach.
I'm not saying she's not broke. I'm saying it's a common thing to do.
Yeah, if you are a common person,
It's
she's
common,
on a
but
television show.
well, she is common. Let me stop.
Common.
She is.
Right.
You know what? She is
That-
very much so a trained girl. Yep.
That's what we saying. She
Yep.
she common. She might as well just be on YouTube with us.
I ain't
And
common.
I guess she rides the train a lot because even when she was on Tamron Hall's show, she mentioned when they released Karen stuff about the what she got as far as verdict, she mentioned that I saw it on the train on the way up here. So it's Tamron. I guess her studios may be in New York. So
Her
but when
outfit
she was
was
on
cute on
Tamron
there.
Hall.
Now, who you calling common? Self-indulgent.
Okay. Someone was gonna say. I saw a comment that said, "I know people." Oh, Art World said, "Make sure I hit that like button too." Now y'all see Amanda at Art World that said, "Hit that like button." Like. She says, "I know people that have had more than 4 DUIs, but the most they received was week in jail. The judge made an example out of Karen. Probably so for playing in her face. Well, they face probably so. I mean, you know, there is a risk when you decide to contest something or defend something. It can be worse. I mean, you know."
Yeah, well, they said she thought that there was, like Giselle said, there was a issue
It's
with
almost like
paperwork
she
or
thought
issue
that she
with the
would
Miranda
not
rights,
get
all of that.
anything. It's almost like she thought she would penalize at all. I think that's what she wanted. Like what she didn't want to
Karen let that Grand Dame title shit that Giselle gave her go to her head. She really was walking around thinking she was like the queen or something. So the judge decided he was gonna get Karen or she or whoever the judge was gonna get Karen a whole sit down, and that's what they gave her.
Because
I don't even think that judge would have accepted that 2-month plea, to be honest.
She went in there thinking she won't get nothing, and she came out with more than what she was offered. So it's just like, this is an example, honey. Don't matter who you are, if you got a key to some little town, if you the Grand Dame, the Dame Grand, whatever, if you 60 years old, they will put you in the jail or put you in there.
but the actual, I also think that the actual rehab hurt her with the judge too, because she went for 2 days to a resort. So he was like, "You're not serious, so I'm gonna sit your ass down for a year."
It would have been maybe helpful. Maybe she went to rehab while they was filming. I don't know. It
was just a dumb move for her overall to know that you didn't even
hard.
have to go to jail. You could have 6 months of whatever.
And she could have been done with the house arrest.
Really?
I wouldn't have filmed this season.
Give it to me. I'll plead guilty, whatever I need to do. But
I wouldn't have filmed this season. I would have took this season off, did my 2 months, and come back this upcoming season after.
Right. The girls could have.
I would have told them to film me in my house part-time. I would have had all the tea parties, the love boats, the mermaid. I would have had everything just at my house. Exactly. And then film me going to the grocery store, because when you're on house arrest.
No, I would have took a year off. I would have took a year off, because that's like, I don't like pregnant housewives. I don't like damn jailed housewives.
But if she would have took it like last year, she would have been off house arrest by now. By that, she would have been done with it.
They could have filmed her getting off.
She would have been able to film this last season, but she would be just getting out around now.
As much as I love,
I'm sorry, that's if they did a year with the other 2 she got, the 6 she been done.
As much as I love Karen, people like her are dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't love her because she is dangerous.
She's dangerous.
She's been dangerous. The way she acts is dangerous. She gives Karen vibes. She been dangerous. I don't see what y'all see in her.
How was her wig so far back? Did they put it up there with Vaseline or something and it slid back?
Let me tell you something. And I got to move on too for the next part real quick, because it's still more about Karen. But she looked like she had just like, you know how you go to like the amusement parks and you had one little water ride, and when you get off of it, you can go and stand in front of it and get drenched. She like somebody just drenched her, and she just
like somebody drenched her in, stuck a pant on, blew a wig back. They put that there. They
like a little wet.
He said, "That's
you talking about in the videos?"
Yes.
In the footages, girl.
Okay, well, I will say in this next part, and it's the last part. They have a video of Karen that she did. I think 2 days.
They said the day before she went to the resort.
Yeah, day before she went to the resort. She looked great right there now. So of course it's a video. I thought it was gonna be like a little home video, but it was a video about production, obviously. So in the video, it's a conversation between her and Ray. And she basically says that she had not seen those videos. She had requests. So first time she saw the videos was when she was in trial, and she was just, she didn't recognize herself. She says that not only did she blacked out, but she blacked out before she hit the tree. He starts to speak on antidepressants and antidepressants, and basically like how when she started taking them. She talks about how she went to a friend's house and she didn't like the beer, but she was like, "Okay, I want this wine." So she had the wine. I'm sorry, the champagne, but she forgot that she took the antidepressants, the medicine or whatever, and so she just talk about like, they talk about having a driver, and they start talking about the blue eyes thing. And at this point, everybody at the actual reunion is like, okay, like this is so performative. Like, what does blue eyes got to do with this? I guess they're looking for a system of accountability and everything, which is what I thought was old anyway. But Giselle and Ashley like, this is BS, turn it off. So then Ray starts going down a whole spiel on the statistics of drunk drivers, and she's like, well, I wasn't. She basically tries to talk about how she just wasn't. Not she wasn't drunk, but it was more so because of the medicine. It's like she's blaming the medicine. That's what she's
definitely
blaming. Less of the alcohol, more of the medicine, and also the parents and stuff like that. When she started taking, so they stopped the video. Because obviously she reiterates the same thing she said in the other video, was that she's dropping the Grand Dame, and because Karen Huger is enough. And I said, y'all better vote for Karen for president with this damn tagline, because I'm tired of hearing about it. So they go back to the reunion, and this is where Ashley tells the story about being on the train. I kind of jumped ahead earlier, and saying that, the person recognized Karen in the photos and said that she comes to drink every day. So Wendy chimes in, and this is when Wendy was saying she didn't want to say what she was going to say earlier, but she also chimes in and says that she also met someone that says that Karen goes to a bar and came to get drunk every day. So, they talk about how, they don't, well, Giselle talks about she doesn't really want, jail for Karen because jail is horrible and you got to wear your natural hair. She basically says she's going to be looking a fool and she's going to be bald headed in jail. Kiana is still hopeful. You notice Kiana she don't really say much as it relates to Karen. I guess she's trying to keep their loyalty there, which, I mean, hey, she's entitled to do that. Hopefully she can at least be smart to know that what she has done is not right, regardless. And, maybe they can still be friends afterwards. I think if she comes back and Kiana is still there, I think she'll have that friend in her. They kind of wrap things up. Because Stacy, kind of says that, she feels bad. She lost her best friend, but still I rise. And they was like, baby, don't bring Maya Angelou in this, honey. Leave Maya Angelou out of this. And so they kind of talk about Mia leaving and just kind of how she was so bold and stood, 10 toes deep throughout the season. But at the reunion, she couldn't handle the heat, and she just was not being the same person that she was. And basically saying she was not adhering to all the shit she stirred throughout the season. And that's how the reunion ends. So, any thoughts on any of this? Tonio?
I definitely think the video was, performative. I think in Karen and Ray's mind, they felt like, oh, this is good. You're going to win some brownie points back with the people. And it did not work. They was asking them to turn it off in the middle of the damn video, and Andy had to shish Giselle and tell her to be quiet. But so yeah, it was more so of I wasn't really drunk. I upped my dosage on my depressants, and they tried to give me beer, but I was like, no, just give me a little bit of champagne.
Give me a little champagne.
But you had beers in your car. Like, come on, Karen, stop it. Like, go ahead. Fall on the sword, do what you got to do. And that's it. That would be, I guess, a better way of trying to win some type of, respect or empathy, from the people and the viewers, is doing it that way, as opposed to still bringing up stuff and it's 6 million car crashes. I'm like, sir, what does that have to do with this lady getting in her white unregistered Maserati and driving like a damn fool down the street drunk and hitting a tree? Like, what does that have to do with anything? We not talking about them other almost 6 million people. We talking about that one person right there. And I felt like that was her time to go ahead and really take ownership, but she still, wasn't able to do that, because during this, it was still that whole Grand Dame facade that, we've kind of seen for all these seasons that she's been on the show. I like Karen, but, she full of shit. And hopefully, you know, she take a good laxative now. She on her 5th day in the joint. And I hope that when she does come out, you know, later on this year or early next year, that, you know, she is really ready to be her real self. So.
Yeah, I think this was the cringiest thing I've ever seen on Housewives. Was this scene? It was disgusting. She still didn't take accountability. I think she was on them antidepressants and drunk when she decided to make the video. When she thought it was a good idea. Like that was horrible. Like it, I lost a lot. Even though I like her, I lost a lot of respect for that woman in that video. I really did. And poor Ray he having trouble remembering the script. I think she might have been holding the papers when the thing panned to him with big letters saying 6 million. Like he looked so uncomfortable.
Hold on, Ray says statistics show that there are 10,000 drunk drivers on a. I was like, Ray.
I think it might have been written on the floor at his feet. The letters. It was the worst thing. It was sad. And Giselle was me. Turn this shit off. Like you're not helping her. You hurting her.
Y'all should have scrapped it.
It was disgusting. It was sad to me because your 4th one, you went into a tree, and then you saying I didn't like. So you want antidepressants? They what's making you drink, but you didn't like the taste of beer. If the antidepressants is the reason why you drink, and you would have drank rubbing alcohol, regardless of how it tastes. So I don't want to hear that either. I'm mad all over again.
For me, it wasn't the most cringiest thing. The most cringiest thing for me was watching Mia question the paternity of her children. But for me, I wish that Karen would have stuck to her drinking, because if we're being realistic, right? We do know that whenever people do take certain types of medication, if you drink alcohol and it mixes, you can have all types of reactions to it. We know this, but I wish she was just holding herself accountable specifically for the drinking part. Like I was drinking and I shouldn't have gotten behind the wheel since I did that X, Y, and Z happen. If she went into like a whole nother conversation on top of that, you know, I was taking my pills and I knew I shouldn't have been That's different, but I feel like she didn't even like hit her mark with drinking and driving, and I feel like it could have landed with the audience better if she did. People might give her a little bit of grace if she took some accountability towards it, like if you take ownership of your wrongdoing. But since she didn't, she kind of put blame on the antidepressants. It's like, Karen, you're better than that. Well, shoot, I thought she was better than that. I don't know her. But for me, it was disappointing for that. Because, yeah, we do know it's true. If you do mix medications. Have y'all ever seen somebody mix medication with, and I don't mean ibuprofen, I mean like prescribed medication with alcohol?
Let me tell you something. I am still scared. I don't know if you can, but I don't risk it. But I'm still scared of taking antibiotics with some damn, because they be like, you can't drink. I be like counting the days. I'm scared. You know, that's just me. Now I do it with
Tylenol before, and this girl got aggressive after one shot. Like she was like, you couldn't even. When you look in her eyes, it wasn't her, and she had one shot after she took her medicine. So I get like you can turn into a different person, make stupid decisions, yada yada yada. But for me, I wish she would have just held herself accountable specifically for drinking. Like, don't bring in the sadness for sympathy, your antidepressants, yada yada. Hold yourself accountable for what you did. Like, stick to that, girl.
Tears? Most people, when they realize they got to go to rehab because they hit rock bottom, they cried. Karen was calm, poised, collected.
Karen, I think in her mind still thought nothing was gonna happen. So.
And you was already guilty. Like this couldn't be held against you. Like remorse would have helped you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They gave Karen 3 videos at the reunion. They gave her one when she had, I guess, found out that she was going to be, guilty. One, there was 3, right? It was this one. It was 3. It was the one when she was like crying or whatever she was doing. It was 3. So I just think that production kind of wasted our time with these videos, especially this last one. Like, my thing is like, I get it. Y'all need content, but Andy sitting over there saying like, trying to like, reason with Giselle and Ashley and them as to why they may want to turn it off. It's like, I mean, Andy, like at this rate, look at this video. Come on, like what does Blue Eyes got to do with any of this? If like they were talking about her having a driver, where was the driver that night? That's really all that matters. I can have a driver 364 days of the year. But on the last day of the year, if I have a drive and I'm drinking and driving, guess what? I'm guilty. It don't matter. So
Even
it's
outside
like
of
I
that,
didn't.
even outside of that, she, bringing up her mom and her dad, and I get it, but you had 3 DUIs years
Yeah,
before their passing. So
yeah,
Can I be all the way honest? She
yeah.
too old to be getting DUI.
I
Like
agree.
I agree.
she too old. She's too old to be acting like this in general. So I don't want to see the first video to the last video. I really didn't want to see nothing about it because it's disgusting if we're keeping it 100. I don't know which one is more disgusting, the paternity thing or this, but I mean, they're both pretty bad. She's 60 plus years old getting DUIs. That is crazy business. It's just irresponsible. It's irresponsible. I don't know. I'm glad nobody got hurt,
And
but it's
reckless.
irresponsible. It's crazy how irresponsible it is. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't like her, and I don't like it.
That's that.
All right, we got two callers in the queue. I'm gonna get them on. Did anybody on the panel? Well, we'll say final thoughts for after this, but I want to go ahead and get them on. If you're watching right now, this is our last review for the season. It's been a great, well, it's been a great season over here at the Lean. Potomac's been kind of, snooze fest. The reunion I did enjoy, and of course, I always enjoy everyone on the panel. So, we have been the panelists this season in addition to Sammy. This was actually the largest panel we've ever had throughout the season, so it worked out really well. Our last show that we're still doing right now is Beverly Hills, so we're still going to be doing that. I believe Beverly Hills is actually close to their finale soon. So that'll be wrapping up soon, and then, like I said, we won't be doing Atlanta. If you're going to be watching Atlanta, I would suggest you watch it at No Chaser TV. Our very own Chase has his own channel. And as far as like the other shows, Jersey, Miami, just subscribe and we'll let you know. I'll just leave you with that. Because right now we're uncertain. So I'm gonna let the first caller on, and it's going to be, hey class. I'm gonna let you on first because I know you joined late last week and we had to get out of here. But how you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks. Um, I just felt there's just a couple of things. Um, I do agree that she should have taken the 6 months, but I also am thinking, why doesn't she just drink at home? Just like if you're gonna be, I'm not telling her to be an alcoholic, but just don't go nowhere. Just stay at home and or invite your friends over to your house. I don't know, but that's one thing. And then um, I also was thinking about the whole TJ and Stacy situation,
Mhm.
and I'm not really sure I believe TJ, to be quite honest. He seems so swarmy that it could go either way with him. He may be telling half truth, you know. Um, but like I watched Watch What Happens Live. Uh, what's his name? Andy said if he was going to post receipts and stuff, it should have been out by now, or on the Instagram by now. So nothing's been out, but I don't know if it's because of Stacy's lawyer or what. So, um, and I feel like there was another one, or my last thing I wanted to say. Uh, darn it, can't, I can't. Oh yeah, with her medication. And I know you guys are talking about her medication and drinking and so forth, and but she said that she titrated herself up because she was feeling sad. But why didn't she just go to her doctor and tell her that the medication wasn't working, or that the doctor, or say that I need a higher prescription? You can't just like you can't wean yourself off by yourself without some type of doctor supervision. You can't just add more without telling somebody. So I do feel very disappointed about that, and I do agree that so what's that girl's name? Wendy was being kind of mean girl. Not I would say mean girlish, but I think that she was too hyped for Eddie's thing and not give the benefit of the doubt of the fact that I think that Eddie kind of put some sauce on his story, and because Andy kept asking him questions like definitively, and I felt like either he was trying to do some bro code or something, like he didn't want to reveal everything, So it's like if you're not gonna reveal everything, then don't sit in the first chair. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, classy lady. And I really agree on that last point, but I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for tuning in all season 2.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, that was classy lady. Let's on Tawana. Tawana, it's been a long time. This if this is the same Tawana that I'm familiar with. Let me see.
Hi.
It's you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
What you got for us?
Okay, so I want to start with Karen. I'm over Karen. I don't care no more. Good luck to her. I hope she get a lot of letters. I hope her family is okay. Honestly, I don't even think Ray will notice that she's gone because it seems like he never really knows when she's around in the house. So, and
Wow.
then I mean, he's gonna notice, but he's like so old. It seems like he is in his own little world. And
Hmm.
then with Mia, I don't understand why she was saying like I don't want them to question my mothering because she questioned Giselle's parenting and she talked about Wendy's mom last season when they were on that trip and that crow was outside. She was like, "Is that your mama?" And she had talked crazy about Mama Doc too when they were at Candace when she was recording her music video. She wasn't talking crazy with her at the music video, but she said stuff like yo mama messy, this, that, and the third. So it's okay for her to question other people parenting, but when it comes to her, she gotta lead the stage. And when nobody followed her, I was like, man, she really don't have no friends. Like nobody really care about this girl. But that's karma because when they were in Miami and she was trying to ice out Wendy and put Wendy out the house. She didn't want nobody to go check on Wendy. Now nobody's checking on her. I do believe TJ. I do believe him, which is man. I was rooting for Stacy because you know I'm from Detroit, but she
Mm,
got us out here looking bad,
mm.
like with her wigs and then this whole can't keep a bed paying me a storyline. Like, cause two things about women in Detroit, we known for having our hair laid, and we known to keep a couple men. So I need to know if she from the east side, the west side, or Southfield, cause that would explain a lot.
Okay. Tawana
Which
said we
side
got
is the they don't get their hair done side?
Listen, I'm from the east side,
Ah,
so,
The
so
one side
I
of the
mean,
east gentlemen.
lane.
I'm from the east side. The Cash Doll from the east side. The Kenya from the east side. So
So you said in Southfield they don't get their hair done?
Out
not
north.
really.
I'm weak.
It look different.
Sean said West. Oh Lord, y'all listen. Don't have these Detroit bandits coming up in here. Them,
Oh no.
Michigan bandits coming up
Yeah.
in here trying to Oh no.
And one more thing, one more thing. I just want to say people need to stop jumping my girl Wendy because I feel like I don't understand why people are mad at Wendy. Wendy didn't call TJ. And to be honest, Wendy was the only one that was keeping it real with Stacy. She telling her like, "Hey, if you're not honest in this moment, it's going to make you look worse." Which is true because Stacy could find herself if she gets caught lying, she could find herself in the same unemployment line that Robin is in for lying, the same unemployment line that Phaedra just got out of for lying. So if you're lying, just be honest in this moment. So I don't understand why people are mad at Wendy. I don't think Wendy was being a mean girl.
Plenty of people. I'll say something real quick. Plenty of people on this show that have been lying for different reasons. Mia made it this far. Giselle, although I've enjoyed her this season, she is also. We could also say she paid her man last year too. We don't know that, right? Nobody brought it up. So
Yeah, but Stacy has been caught. First off, this Stacy only first season, and she already been caught about lying about telling that lady that what did she lie about? I can't remember.
you tell me. I asked
Oh,
you.
when she said, fuck that bitch."
Yes, and then the lady said that she lied about the clothes, the dress online. That's two lies, and she said that she returned the clothes funky. Giselle said that she's lying. Giselle said that she lying about coming out with a marijuana line. Like you
Mm.
already been caught in about three lies in your first season.
Well, these ain't these are kind of like accusations, would you call them a lie if they haven't really been proven as a lie?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we go give her one more season, just like they
Okay.
gave
Yeah, I'm
Robin
not
one
saying
more
write her
season.
off, but I'm saying people have made it really far with lying. Mia has made it this. Mia been lying since episode 1,
Exactly.
literally.
She has been lying, but the thing about
And she made
Mia,
it this far. She got into the group. They still liked her. So personally, I'm not really a Stacy fan like that. She's cool. I liked her more at the beginning, but seeing who she is now, I don't really care for her like that. She all right, but lying
the
ain't got
thing,
nobody. Lying ain't got nobody's fired for real unless you just did
but the
some
thing
real.
about Mia is Mia was able to get this far for lying because of who she was lying on. The rest of the cast did not like who she was lying on. They did not like Wendy and they did not like Candace, so they co-signed her lies. But I feel like, and then that's another thing about Giselle is people keep saying, "Oh, this was Giselle's comeback season," this, that, and I feel like people are giving Giselle too many props because I kind of feel like Mia is the monster that Giselle created. Giselle has co-signed her bad behavior since she got on this show. So this is why Mia thinks that her behavior is okay because you have co-signed her behavior and you also have lied on this show. So you have led by example for her to behave this way. So I think people are giving Giselle too many props. But, we got to see with Giselle. I'm giving Giselle the side eye because I think Giselle, she just in fear for her job because she watched her homegirl get fired and it seemed like production talked to her about that Wendy situation.
Okay.
But we'll
So we got
see.
2 more calls in the queue, Tawana. Thank you for calling in all season. And when you have called in, we'll look forward to seeing you in any of our future shows, okay?
Okay, bye.
Have a good night.
Bye, Twana.
All right, our next call, also someone who I haven't seen in a while, Brittany. Hey, Brittany, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. At the end of the road again, this is like the 4th time end of the road? Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
How you got?
So, I don't think I have to add on to what people are saying about Karen. Again, it's disgusting behavior. She's not taking accountability. But the last caller, Tawanda, hit the nail on the head of what I wanted to say. Like, I wouldn't say everybody's a mean girl or even Wendy. The problem is this cast is so self-righteous about everything. So again, like Tawanda said when it came to Mia, she's been lying. She's been lying this entire time. Most of you, with the exception of Wendy, didn't care because it wasn't about you. But as soon as now it's about you guys, now that you guys are getting annoyed, now everybody wants to act like, oh, we have standards and how could you? She lied about her own mother and her drug problems. That's serious enough. You guys didn't care. So, as much as Mia is trash, it's just where were you guys in her first season? Even with Karen, again, Karen's behavior is on her. But we've heard about her drinking and driving since I want to say season 1 or at least season 2, because Charisse has said it, Ashley has said it, but it's always been said as like a dig or a get back. But when has anyone pulled her to the side and said, Karen, you have an issue. Let's actually talk about this? They've sort of made it a joke. Same thing with the show. The show itself has kind of made it all a joke until now. She's in the situation that she's in, and now we're talking about medication and antidepressants and all these things. I'm kind of just like, this story has been here for 8 seasons. You never really dug into it. Andy never really asked her about it deeply, even at any reunion. And now now it's like overkill. You know what I mean? Now here's all these videos of her talking about her drinking problem that you guys have been talking about since season 1, and no one really made it a thing. So I just feel like everybody's self-righteous. Same thing with the Stacy situation. Giselle sitting there laughing. You've been accused of bringing guys onto the show for storylines for years. Ashley, same thing. You've been accused of lying. So it's just kind of everybody's just sort of a hypocrite. And I think that's what's just was a little annoying to me when it came to this reunion.
Cortez, we can't hear you.
Oh shit, I muted myself. I said I agree. But I really agree with what you're saying. Do you have anything else for us?
I don't know what they're going to do next season now that I heard that they're continuing without Karen because most of these girls have nothing going on. So I guess we'll see. I hope they bring someone back. Not Robin. Not Robin.
And not Cherie.
Well, I don't know if
Not,
you saw,
yeah.
they did like a little thing last week. I think Chase was at yesterday or Saturday, where it was like it was Mia, Jazzy. Was it Stacy? I think it
No.
was Stacy.
Uh-uh.
Who was it?
Jacqueline.
Oh,
Jacqueline, yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah, Jacqueline, Jazzy, and Mia, and Candace appeared there. I'm not saying that's her coming back, but I don't know. I'm sure maybe she would be considered if she so chooses to go back. I guess I don't know, but we'll see. They do need
Yeah, we'll
something.
see. She'll probably be out of the previous cast members the best one to bring back. They can leave Jacqueline. Why was she even? Oh God, she's another one. They can
She
leave her
should have
too,
left with
and Mia
Stacey.
can go.
Baby, Jacqueline should when I didn't understand why Jacqueline was sitting there for so long. Because when
When
Mia
Mia
left, I would have
should have
said,
exited.
"Well, I guess that's your cue, right?" And she been
Right.
walking on out too, taking her dress off as well. Because why is she there? It didn't make sense.
Even Kay, like I love Kay, but why she was a full-time housewife, I don't know why. I think she was better in the friend of role.
Child, hey, listen, we gonna see. For Miss K, I'm sorry, I don't see it no more. But she can come back. I just don't see it. We'll
Yeah.
see. Maybe she'll change her mind next season. Because I mean,
Isn't she? You said she's single now.
she's single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did
Who's
she? Where did she say
single?
that?
I seen
She
it
said it
too.
on
Yeah,
social
on
media
IG
today.
I saw a video on Twitter today.
Yeah, it's on Twitter.
You're
I
not
saw it a couple hours ago.
They're just friends.
But I guess she still has the lawsuit, right? That's not done with, right?
Wait,
I
Kiana's single?
don't want to hear nothing about that scar.
Oh no.
I don't want to hear it. I'm just saying at this way it's old. Nothing about my scar. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I'm sorry. Next
Wait, so if
storyline.
she's single now, then she should definitely come back. I want to see how she is single.
Hopefully she'll come back and she'll be dating like another drug.
I don't want her dating nobody. She can't get.
Yeah.
That would be exciting, right?
Lord have mercy. Thank you, Brittany. Okay.
Thank you guys.
All right.
On a little edge.
Have a good night.
I like it. I like this.
We did talk about that at first, me and Danny, before y'all joined about the whole K thing. That's why I forgot. Like, well, y'all weren't here for it, but yeah, it's a lot. But I personally just said that I didn't think that her being single would be a factor in her coming back to the show. I think she's kind of boring with or without him.
I love Kay. Come on back, girl. We dealt with Robin for 10 years. Come on back.
And we want her gone. Let's not leave boring people in these roles too long. Let's get them out of here while we can.
Let's rotate them on out.
Get right. Let's find somebody else.
Give her
another
chance.
full-time
At least one
season
more
and
season.
see how it's
Well,
shaking.
so you go on the show then. You go.
I definitely will, and they will be mad as hell because I'll be cussing all their ass out.
Well, pay me, Antonio. I'll be your TJ.
He's aggressive. He like to fight. Get him out of here.
Hey, Antonio.
Giselle gonna hire security. All right, our last caller for tonight is Lisa. Lisa, how you doing today?
How y'all doing tonight? I'm glad to see y'all. Child, the last two callers was telling the truth. All them wankers been lying for years on that show. Okay. Now, if anybody, they can, and I'm gonna tell you like this right here. I hope they do bring my girl Candace back. Okay. Yeah, she need to come on back. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if nobody say I like Candace's mouth. Candace gonna take now. You might start with her, but she gonna get you off of her with her mouth. I love when she get down with that mouth, girl. I like get them, Candace, baby. So I hope she come on back. But now, Stacy, baby, you just got caught, baby. Okay, you buying penises. Okay, okay, we understand. No, she was trying to buy it. You right, Antonio. She was trying to buy it and got caught. Okay. She was trying to buy it, did get caught. It didn't go nowhere. But I mean, I don't know why you had to buy that man. I wouldn't buy that man right there. If you're gonna buy something, wipe something, baby. Now go to Craigslist. Find you somebody better looking in there, okay, because you too beautiful of a woman. I'm like, you too beautiful of a woman, okay, yeah, and I'm loving my girl Wendy. Wendy been carrying the whole reunion. You understand? She was carrying the whole reunion, okay, and I'm loving girl. They said bring Eddie out. Eddie like, man, I don't want to talk about this with y'all. He like, well, I really don't want to bring this out, okay? But since like I got to support my wife, I'm gonna bring the messages out. So it was just a big old mess. Mia, why you wouldn't just stay there, girl? You let all the people in there. You let Giselle want you off the stage, girl. You should have got back with her.
She
You
let
should have
herself
got back
back
at
on
her.
up.
That's what I'm talking about. Dude, like I hate to say it again, she should did should have did a sudden move like sudden did on Drake. Okay, she should have. I'm for real. You should have ate her up on up. Okay, I don't know why you get in the car and want to leave now. Okay, you call yourself the baddest girl up on now. You need to live by the proof of it. Okay, and don't nobody got time for you running away like a little scared little dog. Okay, no, we ain't having it. Okay, so, like I just said, and then you got Karen. Karen, holy, I'm so mad at her. I really am. And now, all the stuff of the videos and stuff, you didn't take no responsibility. Take accountability. Take some kind of accountability. I thought last night it sounded like she was gonna take some accountability, but she some kind of way she stopped herself. And I'm so mad at her because you put your you and like I said when before she was being really being selfish. She been only being selfish to herself. She been selfish to her family, being selfish to society. Get in that car. Know you've been drinking, and know you've been drinking, and you've been on antidepressant. I tell people all this all the time. I'm on antidepressant. They tell you do not drink because intensifies it and it's not good. So I'm telling everybody if you're on antidepressants, do not drink. And please do not drink and drive. Okay? We can't make the world's already enough trouble. We don't need no more.
I
And
know.
that's how I feel about that. And I'm just hoping that my prayers and how much I love her. I still love Mrs. Kavner. I want to come back sober. Okay? Want to come back, get yourself together, and just be at peace. And my prayers still go out to her and her family. Cause it's like that. So other than that, child, don't bring Jacqueline back. Jacqueline needs to come back. And I love my girl Kate. I mean, I like her this year, but I don't know because I kept going back and forth. Do she need to be a friend or does she need to be a cast member? You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know about that. But them tell you the truth, they can get rid of Giselle and Ashley and get some more girls in there. Because they getting on my last nerves. I ain't lying. They get on my last nerves. But other than that, I love it. And Cortez, you talked to my girl Candace. I tell her, Cartel said, come on back to the show. You hear
I
me,
will.
Cortez?
I hear you. I'll do that. I'll talk.
Yeah.
I may see her this weekend, possibly.
Yeah, and
Okay.
tell her I
Thank
said
you.
hello. I love y'all. Y'all have a pleasant week, okay? I
You
see
too.
y'all Wednesday. I see you Cortez. I see you Wednesday, baby.
All right. Good night.
Love.
Okay. So that was all of our callers for tonight. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you to all of the callers, first off, to Lisa, to Tawana, Classy Lady, and Brittany for calling in. Thank you to our mods, our artwork art. Can't get it out. Amanda K and Art World, who've been here all season, making sure y'all have been liking and subscribing to the videos. And of course, the panelists, Danny, Antonio, Dream, Asia, and Sammy, who is not here today. Thank y'all, but obviously, of course, thank all of you all who viewed throughout the season. It's been, you know what, I will say, it didn't feel as long as it usually feels. Time kind of moved by. I don't know why, but usually I'd be like drained. Like this time last year, I was like drained, but I'm not drained. I'm just tired, you know.
Like Beverly Hills.
So either way, we want to thank y'all for supporting us. Great season. As far as next season, tune in and you'll find out whether or not we'll be here or whatnot or whatever the update will be. Again, Atlanta, watch it on No Chaser TV. I'll say it again. It's gonna be great. Married to Medicine, watch it on No Chaser TV. It's been really good this season. And then for those watching Beverly Hills, we're still here Wednesdays at what time? 8 p.m. Eastern, or a little early if we decide to. Like this video one last time Thank y'all, and we will see y'all another time. Okay. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.